So my 25-year-old Northern Lights diesel genset has stopped working. I saw some smoke coming from the stop solenoid, and so I'm pretty sure that's the culprit. Today I'm going to yank that and see if I can repair it because I need power and that a new part is at least a week away. If you're looking for some great information on renewable energy, including solar, wind, hydro, biodiesel, biogas, wood gas, check out the Homeowner's Energy Handbook.
There is nothing like the sound of diesel in the 21st century. It's 10 degrees, it's snowing, there's no sun, there's no wind, but we got diesel.
This is a fuel shutoff solenoid from a Northern Lights diesel engine. It's also very similar to Kubota, Perkins, John Deere, I think. It's a pretty common unit. In my case, the power connector broke off and it started shorting out against the case. All I've done so far is unscrew it. It unscrews right from the injector pump, and I pried up the outer case with some channel locks. It pries up pretty easy. This pries out after a little finagling. So this slid out. The centerpiece slid out fairly easily from the case, and there's a plunger here. There's a spring in there, be careful of that. I'm going to take all this out. Nothing else in there. And you can see there's a ground wire attached to the bottom of the case. So be careful pulling this out. All I need to do is figure out a way to reattach a wire to the burned wire in there, if you can see it right in there. Over to the solder bench. All right, let's see what we have to work with. Gonna measure the resistance, make sure that coil isn't dead. 12 ohms seems reasonable for a 12 volt solenoid. That'll draw about 1 amp. All right, I gotta figure out how to get in there with the right piece of wire to do what needs to be done. It's a pretty small one in there. All right, let's tin this wire. We'll tin this one as well. Hoping to just burn the enamel off. It looks like I've done that. Don't hit this for too long or you'll burn too much enamel off and short the whole thing out. Try to slide this back on. I'm hoping the heat shrink at least keeps things from shorting out again. And this thing it'll work for a while. It'll never be new. I have a new one on order. Of course, it's January. It's freezing out. Parts are a week away. I'm off grid and I need power. There's no sun here in Vermont in January. At least not yet. All right, we're still good at 12 ohms. We didn't break anything. That's always a positive sign. But we're not done yet. Wrap this back up for all the good it does. Put the spring back in. There's a center hole in there. This needs to go into. I think we hit it. And there's a center point on this as well. Okay, we're going all the way in, bottom out, everything's free. Slide this fucker back in. Kind of a snug fit. Okay. In there. And we'll clamp this back together just like we unclamped it, which is to say, it'll never be the same. All right, that should hold till the new one comes in. The only physical stress this gets is the force of the plunger. In fact, we should test that plunger, make sure it works. It's a 12-volt plunger. I have a 9-volt battery handy, which isn't perfect, but it should show. But we should see something happen. Yes. Power applied. It comes in. Power released. It shuts off the fuel. Perfect. Okay, I'm a little nervous about this. Is a very fragile connection. I think I might hot glue that. Better yet, and faster, I have some ductile material. All right, get some GB duct seal here. That should work. And a pinch, just to give a little bit of rigidity there. Rigidity. Okay. What else I'm going to do is wire tie this. Give it a little strain relief. Okay, the last thing we need is a connector. I only have one size Mal spade connector, and the barrel's a little too big for this, so I'm going to double up, or triple up if I can. And we do. All right. It is in there, looks solid. I'm going to give it one more because that's just the way I like to do it. Okay, we are in there. Not sure if we're going to need this, but I'll slide a piece of heat shrink on there. Okay, the only thing left to do is install this and make some power. Okay, here is my Northern Lights diesel gen set. This is a Japanese unit, Shibora, I think. Shibara. This is, as far as I can tell, it's exactly the same engine found on a Kubota. And I think Perkins Diesel uses it in some of their equipment. Injector pump, stop solenoid. We'll just screw that right back on. All right, got that hand tight. All right, we just need to connect up our 12 volts. This will be live when we push the starter. or the preheat and open up the fuel. So we need to not have that touch the ground. If I did this right and nothing got damaged in the installation, we should hear a click. No click. So I was hoping we would hear a click of the solenoid, and I just measured the ohms. We still have our 12 ohms, and we had 12 volts going in when I hit the switch. Checked it with my fluke. It was all good, but I still don't hear that click, and I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe it's just so quiet. It's like a Rolls Royce. So let's just try it and see if it works. Nope, I just heard that click now. Sounded like a relay though inside the control unit.
Yeah, baby. Thanks for watching.